Hi, my name is James Cregan and I've been at Amber since the beginning of November. Over the last few years I've built up a criminal record so lengthy it's horrible to think about. I am what is classed as a prolific offender. I come from an unbroken, supportive family, but when you mix with the wrong crowd you're destined for bad things, and the more trouble you get into, the more that comes your way. You enter the cycle. I've been to prison 5 times, spending over 3 years behind the door, and when it gets to the point armed police are raiding your house searching for firearms, you realise that enough is enough. I knew that it all had to stop and I had to get out of the system. So there I was, on remand, facing a 3-year jail sentence. No hope, no prospects, just myself and my prison cell. My mum knew that if I stayed in jail for that length of time I would always be stuck in the system and could never break the cycle and leave this terrible roundabout I was stuck on. She started writing to people to ask for help, and that's when she found Amber. She wrote explaining my situation, and with the help and support I so desperately needed, I may have one last chance before it's too late. A few years ago my mum stood in the court and asked the judge to send me to prison to try and sort me out. Now she was writing to the judge to ask for a real chance to stop reoffending, and writing to her MP and asking Amber for help. I read about Amber and felt that it was a real opportunity to sort all this mess out and be my break to success. The judge asked for someone from Amber to come to the court to explain about the work that they do and to convince them that he should not sentence me to 3 years. They did come to court, and the judge must have liked what he heard, because he was sending me to Amber rather than prison. But this was my one and only chance, and if I messed up I was facing 3 years behind bars. One thing I've learned from being in prison firsthand is that it doesn't work. When you're released you go back to where you come from, back to the same crowds as before, and back into the cycle. It's only a matter of time before you re-offend and you're back in the same jail cell that you come from. There's very little help for people doing 3 to 6 month sentences. We just get released, the same people we were when we went in. You go in for stealing a Ford and leave knowing how to steal a Porsche. I've seen the same people go in and out over and over again. I have friends doing 7 to 8 year sentences, and what will they be released to? A hostel, probably full of drug users. Probably the same drug users they were hanging about with 3 years ago. There's no structure, no real guidance or hope. Re-offending rates are higher than 70% in some prisons. Does this not say something can speak for itself? Prisons are just not working. Amber has given me hope and it's given me a chance. Had Amber not been there for me, I would have been in a prison cell just waiting to start the cycle again. I would have never changed. I know prisons are